Hi, my name is Brooke Dykes, and for my critical speech topic, I am talking about young girls and beauty pageants. Okay, so in beauty pageants, young girls are judged based on their outward appearance. They are ranked by their performance, looks, and personality, sometimes on a scale of 1 to 10. And I'm looking at the outline, I'm sorry. Okay. And basically, when they're judged on a scale of 1 to 10, based on their performance and their looks and their personality, that can be really damaging, you know? Beauty pageants, they cause a lot of mental issues. They traumatize young girls and they sexualize minors. Okay, so beauty pageants, they cause a lot of mental issues. In the article, Beauty Pageants, Bad or Bad by S. Sunil states, these pageants or competitions can lead to its contestants to suffer with eating disorders, depression, body dysmorphia, body dissatisfaction, and a lack of self-confidence. Basically, when they are constantly being judged based on their appearance, it makes them more self-conscious of what they look like, and it makes them at risk for more issues, because when they're being judged so harshly based on things that they can't always help, basically it can cause a lot of issues for them. It can cause things like eating disorders. It can cause depression. It can cause all sorts of things. And these things can be very, very harmful for young girls. Okay, in beauty pageants can lower girls' self-esteem, by Emily Regrets, I think that's how it's called, taught by beauty pageants to see themselves as not good enough without improvements. Girls turn to material goods, such as makeup and hair extensions. Basically, in beauty pageants, young girls, they have to wear makeup, and when they don't in pageants, then they either get disqualified or points deducted. When this happens, they are basically telling the girls that they are not good enough and that they need to put some makeup on. And when they're constantly telling them over and over and over again, it can lead to them hating their body. It can lead to them hating themselves when they shouldn't feel that way when they are so young. And it's very, very wrong. And the solution is to get children that went through beauty pageants psychological help to help with the trauma they have from these beauty pageants and their anxiety from doing these things, Okay. So beauty pageants, they traumatize a lot of young girls. In French moving to ban child beauty pageants, Should We? By Kelly Wallace, it states, Samantha Biswa, also via email, said, it's not about living vicariously through your child. It's about letting your child's childhood and youth get stolen by makeup, fashion shows, heels, and dresses. Basically, the children, they don't always want to do the pageants. Sometimes they're forced to do it. And they are sometimes not allowed to do what they want to do. Like, let's say there's this young girl and she's forced to do beauty pageants by her mom, but she really wants to do soccer, It can be really traumatizing, and it can make them feel like they lost a part of their childhood because they didn't get to do what they wanted to do, and it can be like traumatizing, and they're forced to do something they don't always want to do, and it can make them really unhappy, and it can lead to them feeling like they missed out on a whole lot of stuff as a little kid, Okay. And in Beauty Pageantry, by Penn State, the website, the outfits and performances combined attract a great deal of attention to the young girls from unwanted predators. Basically, when you're in a pageant, you're exposed to everything. Basically, you're exposed to camera, the lights, everyone, and you get a lot of media coverage, and you get a lot of basically spotlight, and the attention to the young girls from the predators put their children at risk of being seriously harmed. And by seriously harmed, I mean, like, anything could happen. They could get kidnapped, they could get stalked. Worse things could happen to them that they do not deserve, because they're in beauty pageants and they're exposed to all this sort of stuff. And the solution to this is to stop dressing them up in revealing clothing when they are children. Let them be kids, Let them be a kid, and dress like one. Let them play in mud and eat mud pies, I guess you'd say. Okay, so another point. Beauty pageants, they sexualize minors. In the article, beauty pageants should be banned by Skinsinsi Riti Rajal. I can't really say that, I'm sorry. Beauty pageants cause little children, especially girls, to use artificial means like makeup, fake tan, expensive clothing to boost their self-esteem. So basically, when these children are constantly in these pageants and they're being judged by that, it can make them a little self-conscious, and so they turn the only thing that makes them feel good and the thing that the judges think makes them look better and can score them higher, like adult makeup and fake tans, things that are meant for adults, not children, that they shouldn't be wearing. And it's not okay for them to be doing that, because it can just be really... Sorry, I had a burp. Sorry. But basically, when they're doing that, it can make them look to other people more grown up and stuff. And who knows? An old man might be starting to flirt with them or something, and they might not know it, and it could put them in harm's way. Okay, another point. In the article, In Child Pageantry, by Penn State University, the website, again, the girls perform talent skits where they show off extremely sexual dance moves, not at all appropriate for their level of maturity. Basically, young girls are performing sexual dance moves, and when they're doing this, not only does it expose them to a lot of predators, it sexualizes them when they're children, when they should be out playing in the mud and having fun. It's not okay, and it can be traumatizing, Like, that's how beauty pageants are as a whole, And the solution to this is only have people of 18 years do beauty pageants that are able to understand what happens in the beauty pageant behind closed doors, Like, they're able to understand the anxiety. They're able to have a good self-esteem, so when they're being judged by the judges on whatever, they are able to know that they are still worth something. Now, these children, they might not know that they are worth something because they're kids, And it can just be bad, Okay, so in conclusion, beauty pageants, they cause a lot of mental issues. They traumatize young girls, and they sexualize minors. They cause mental issues because they're being judged based on their appearance, and it makes them more self-conscious and feel like they are not good enough, which is not something that they should feel when they're children. No. And it traumatizes young girls because they are forced to do the pageants when they don't always want to, and they're exposed to unwanted predators that could harm them, It sexualizes minors. It has young children, wearing makeup, self-tanner, and performing sexual dance moves, something they should not be doing at this age, when they're children. Basically, beauty pageants are bad. They shouldn't have young girls in them that can barely that just want to play with chalk and on the swings and be kids, They shouldn't be forced to do these things and be exposed to all these negative things. They should be able to be kids, and there should be somebody that should protect them more. Yeah, so that's my critical speech topic. Young girls and beauty pageants. Thank you.